Hello and welcome to the general reading for Cancer. Let's take a look in terms of what is going on for you so far, thus far. It's been a little bit since we've last touched base, so we'll see what type of energy wants to come through for you and we'll go from there. The actual tarot deck that I'm using today will be the Gilded Tarot. And we'll go ahead and see what is happening, okay? First, before we start with the tarot, we're going to go with the tea leaf oracle cards, and we'll see what would like to pop out for you just as an extra message. There's that. And we'll see if there's anything else that wants to say hello here. Just give me a second. Nope, not from this pile here. All right. Well, let's go ahead and try the second portion here. The amount of cards, there are a lot of cards here, so I need to kind of, separate them for easier shuffling for myself. But let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. Is there anything else? I don't really feel it. I don't really feel like there's anything else. I feel like the energy just kind of like died. Okay. Let's see what these are all about, because you have quite a few, Cancer, quite a few. So let's take a look. We have chair filled. So someone new is entering your life. Very nice. Very nice. Then we have sorrow over a loss. Okay. Oh, Cancer, did you guys go through a breakup? Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Oh, this is good for you, though. You may have dodged a bullet for all you know. Let's keep going. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Oh, my. And then romance is in the air. Okay. Cancer, you're going to have a love reading. That's okay. That's cool. No issues, no worries. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is for you getting into a new partnership with a person that may be worse than what you've had, or something along the lines of not seeing the red flags because you're just over a breakup, so you need to fill a spot with somebody, anybody, to, be the filler to that cool pillow. Anyway, that's not the point. The point here is like, take a little bit of time to yourself once you've gone through a specific breakup. Take a little bit of time to yourself and try your best to right away, I would say right away, acknowledge any kind of red flags that you might be seeing with a new individual. That's possible. Or quite literally, this is the type of person that, well, the rooster, right? The boastful, arrogant person that you have simply recently left, okay? Or you're thinking of leaving at this point. I think these cards are coming out because you're basically on that path. You're on that path of just closing things up because you don't really want to be with a person who is, well, who's like this, okay? Who's basically like this. I want to call it a little bit of a bully too, just a bit. But this is one of those situations where you just want to, you either want to get rid of the situation, get rid of the person, and, have a easier life ahead kind of thing. Not exactly getting into something new right away. I think you may actually choose to take a little bit of your time in order to heal up a little bit and then be able to move forward after that, right? But let's see what's happening here for you overall. Let me just take a look here. I've got the Lovers, the Magician. I mean, you may be just, you may have been single for a very long time too. And just be careful that, you don't come across a person who plays on your desperation or anything like that. Okay. I'm not saying that you are desperate. I'm just saying that it could give the impression to another person that you are, and therefore they're trying to, milk and honey you. And then, you find out that they're not exactly who they said they were, right? So let's keep going here. We then have the Six of Pentacles. Otherwise, you're trying to manifest a person who is giving equally in a partnership and communicates rather well. So we'll see what's going on here, okay? We'll take a look, Cancer. So just give me a second here. Just a moment. Let's see what's happening for you overall. Let's take a look. If the Two of Cups comes out, that would be lovely, but we'll see. Maybe even the Two of Wands, that it does talk about, picking a path, a certain pathway or something of that nature. We've got the Five of Swords. Well, there's that boastful person, argumentative even. Holy cow. Okay, well, let's keep going here. Okay, we've got the Strength card. Then I've got the Hermit. It seems like you are also potentially, you could potentially also be in a form of separation as well from an individual who wasn't treating you correctly. Okay, that is also here on the table. So we'll take a look in terms of what's actually going on, because for you, it feels like for you it would be just better to walk away from this altogether here, because if it does feel like your sense of ideals and the other person's sense of ideals are now at a clashing point. That's really what it feels like here. And you are not really a fighter, you're more of a lover, and you're just like, you know what? That's okay. You go ahead, you win, but I'm going to go ahead into something new. That's kind of what it feels like here. So let's keep going. Let's see what the end result of this whole thing is here. Oh, there is something there. We've got the, yeah. Queen of Swords. I definitely had that feeling. Not only are you like ghosting this individual and this, I mean, you could offer closure. It kind of does seem like this with the Queen of Swords, where you're just going to tell them off in so few words. I wouldn't say truly and completely in a hostile, volatile fashion, but more like giving the person a sense of closure so you could just be left alone. Okay, you could you could go enjoy your life again, kind of thing. But that's really what it feels like here. Give me a second. What's after the Queen of Swords? Let me just see. Oh, I see you. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, is there any kind of obvious sign than the Queen of Swords and the Death card? Not really. Not really. Let me see here. Yeah, the Five of Wands. Yeah, you just don't want to bicker anymore. You don't want to fight. You don't want to cause a scene. You just don't want to be told that you're overly sensitive or not sensitive enough or whatever the case is here. Eh, honestly, Cancer, it seems like you're pretty much done here with these shenanigans overall. So let me just see. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be, but it feels like you're just done with a specific situation that is not really, it's not helpful, right? And it was taking a very long time in order for it to progress anywhere. And over time, you guys just kept getting into more fights or more arguments or more of those like opposing views or whatever it is here. Let me see what the end result here is. Yeah, there you are. Okay, so overall here, it feels like you will be taking a bit of a break and reestablishing your emotional. Yeah, you will be taking a bit of a break for real, and you will be establishing your emotional well-being again. In order to meet into an individual who is actually super nice, puts in the effort, and really looks at people being winners rather than losers here. You may have been with an individual who just berated you constantly, or made you feel unseen, unheard, and all that stuff, and you're over it. Okay, you're over it. Just as much as they were showing you that they were over you constantly and neglecting you and dismissing you, you're at the point where you're just like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm for real done is basically what Cancer is saying here. They're not just pretend done. They're for real done. Like, Cancer has had enough, basically. Let me see what is the message from the universe. The universe has your back. So let's see what type of message you required to hear in this reading at this time. There we go. We've got the universe works fast when I'm having fun, and then I am the loving energy of the universe. Yeah, it seems like you're going to be, to a degree, I almost want to say thanking your lucky stars maybe in the future that this didn't really work out for you. And you're going to be in a much more healthy emotional place for yourself, to the point where you can really let your hair down here. Okay, so it seems like things are going to be a little bit bumpy for just a little bit, but it seems like you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, Cancer. You're going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. The sky is not falling, okay? I mean, the sky might be falling for someone that you're dealing with and you're telling them off, but not for you, okay? Not for you, apparently, here. All right, we have the Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Yeah. And then we have let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. Perfect. So here it seems like you're going to be just fine, Cancer. It feels like, it may be a little bit of a hurtful event. life event for you in general, but it feels like you have been one foot out the door for quite a bit here. And you're trying to, just as like you're trying to politely bow out, is basically what's going on here. And in that case, I wish you all the best with it. I really do. I feel like you're going to be fine here, but there will be there will be a adult conversation required in this before you take the leap of, running away here, or cutting yourself loose is really what I want to say, to be honest. And I wish you guys all the very best with this. Have a great one, and until next time, bye bye for now.